Ahoy, mateys! We're going to be taking a look at Seafarer The Ship Sim. Is this the ship sim to rule all ship sims? We have desperately needed one for quite some time now. There's been a couple that come out over the last few years, but nothing really groundbreaking and kind of just not a whole lot to do. I want to thank Astragon for helping me out and hooking me up with a release day key. Hence, it is release day of Seafarer The Ship Sim on the 7th of October 2025. And here we are. We're going to take a look at it today. Literal main menu. Just hopped in. Only thing I did was turn down the insanely loud menu music. But Astragon, police sim, firefighting sim, and probably one of the best games in recent years, sim-wise, the Construction Sim. They were behind that as well. So maybe this will kind of pan out like Construction Sim, because that was actually a pretty good game. I'm actually going to turn the music down again some more. But we're just going to run through and kind of do a first look and play. No kind of curated, edited video here. Just thoughts, reactions, and stuff like that. Let's look at graphics. I'm going to be playing on a 4070 Ti 5800X. Let's see, 64 GB memory, SSD, of course, Windows 11, sadly, and I think I've got 12 GB of VRAM on my 4070. I am playing at 1440p, full screen. Presets are currently at Epic. Any aliasing, you have TAA, TSR, FSR. No DLSS, I see. We'll leave it on TAA for now. Upsampling, we'll leave it at 100 for now. We'll just leave everything on Epic. There's got to be blur, right? I hate blur. If there's blur, I want to turn it off. I don't see blur. Field of view, we'll actually look at that a bit later. Audio, already messed with that. Music is down. Keyboard and mouse, what we're going to be playing on today. It looks like you can use a gamepad. Gameplay, English, nautical, for unit systems. And I think that's it. So let's hop in and see what this is about. I've been excited to take a look at this because, like I said, there just haven't been a whole lot of ship simming. There's a couple of games on the horizon like Following Seas, which is primarily a sailing simulator, which is a very, very nice, very fun game. Looks beautiful as well. And then you've got like the Nautis Home Sim, which was a kind of like a subscription-based deal. It's meant to actually teach seamen and sea women, but it was subscription-based. So there's a few other things out there floating around. The old ship simulator from days of yore, etc. So we finally got something new. Enough blabbing. Let's go ahead and click normal and see what we got here for old Dingus McGringle, the name of my ridiculous character, which you can choose, by the way, as far as like how you look and your hair and your clothing and what is this? Okay, there's water. Cool. Getting 16 FPS right now, so not great. It's just bumped up. I guess things have loaded in. Still not great for a cinematic. 30 FPS, hovering thereabouts. Astragon Entertainment presents a seagull flying, snatcher of sandwiches and ice creams from young children's on beaches around the world. Seagull Simulator. Is he going to fly through? He's going to do a flight sim? He is. Flight simming under bridges and cranes. Type-ish. We might have to alter some graphics. Nice ship horn sound there. Alright, let's get on with it, bud. There we go. The ship horns sound nice. Big old container ship. So at launch, this is early access, by the way. At launch, you're going to get access to a couple of ships. Free Willy! And Free Willy 2! And I think you're going to get like 5 or 6, and then in the coming months or weeks or whatnot, you're going to get access to other ships and other missions and things like that. But so far, so good. It kind of reminds me of Construction Sim.
I'm over here. This way.
Cool. Move the camera. All right, now I've got a nicer FPS. It's still hovering
There's
around
the legend.
50.
Come over here.
Who is... Okay, there he is. Yeah, we may have to alter some settings here. Interact with different objects or characters. We got to talk to him. Hit F.
It's been so long. I'm glad you came by.
We're talking
I could really use
telepathically. He's not moving his lips. I guess he's speaking directly from his mind.
There's so much to do on this ship. I can't handle it all by myself.
That sounds amazing.
But can you still do all this stuff? Come on, I've got a little test for
Okay,
you.
we did not coordinate our outfits here, so that's unfortunate. We look the same.
First things first. If you're ever unsure what to do, just check the task list. There's always something that needs doing.
Cool. All right, task list.
Seems
Looks
like you've
like that.
already figured it out.
Yep.
All right, let's start with a short cruise.
Let's do it, bud.
Head to the bridge and make yourself comfortable.
All right. I've got a mustache, so obviously I'm the one in charge here. Okay, here's a winch. Let's see, 46, 48 FPS. Let's go ahead and try and tweak some things here a little bit. What do we got? Epic. Sampling, anti-aliasing. Texture, yeah, we want to do that. We'll boop down the view distance. We'll boop down the shadow quality. We'll boop down the reflection. And see if that helps at all. It has not. If anything, it's stayed exactly the same or even gone down. So we're just working with it right now. All right, get to the bridge. Donde estas el bridge? It's not here. Maybe we can go up these steps. The ship modeling looks pretty darn good. I'm digging the ship modeling so far. The sea looks nice. I don't think this is a realistic place. I believe it's like a fictional map, which is kind of understandable, I guess. Can I ring the bell? Hell yes. I rung the bell. What's that? Storage. Very cool. But yeah, the ships look nice. Very nice. Let's open the door. It's strange everything's F instead of E. I'd rather it be E, but I'm just picky like that. You can see on the back, big time heavy duty tuggeroony. All right, take a seat. Let's get it.
Feels great to be back at the helm again, right? On your left, you can raise the anchor, and off we go.
Okay, anchor. So this is Eleanor, the name of the ship. Anchor is
Once
home.
the anchor's up, it's full speed ahead. You do remember that tugboats have 360-degree rotatable propellers, right? No reverse gear here.
Yes, tugboats, modern tugboats are pretty badass in that regard. It says use W to increase, S to decrease, A and D to rotate. Okay. How do we steer the actual ship? We rotate it to 360 degrees. Rudders operate limited angle. Keep in mind each ship controls differently. Your settings be retained until you reset them. Okay, let's go. Well, at the helm, you can monitor your speed, engine, and rudder settings. Additionally, you have an overview of your fuel level, engine status, and hull integrity. Right. So,
Awesome. Let's take this beauty for a spin.
let's do it, man. I'm ready. Let's go, baby. All right. W is being pressed. We're moving. The physics are pretty nice so far. It wasn't you know, jumpy or anything like that. It was just a nice smooth transition. I'm trying to use the 360-degree thrusters now, and they are tough. You can actually see where they're at on the HUD to the right, the bottom right. So we're just kind of spinning around here like a ding-dong. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but I got to figure out where the actual rudder is. Alright, so we're turning back starboard. Let's try and get these thrusters in the middle. Remember, it's a ship, water. There are supposed to be some pretty decent water physics in this, so it does take a moment to react. So it looks like we've got to make our way to the marker.
Oh, wow. Look at this mess. A powerful storm swept through here last week.
Alright, we can do different views.
It tore up docks, boats, everything.
Nice.
Wood as far as the eye can see.
This thing looks really good. I'm pretty impressed. I like the wake off the back. A little bit of foam off the bow.
Now to port. Let's check out all the debris.
Debris. Alright, so you can also obviously turn. So they're probably going to have to optimize some things. I know my system isn't super modern, but it should be able to handle most games well. I don't remember having too many issues with Construction Sim. Again, this is early access, as with most things nowadays, so hopefully they can top up their performance. I feel like I should be getting better than 40 FPS. Honestly, I don't really know what settings to tweak currently. I'll have to do some digging later on.
The trash ended up here of all places.
Let's see what people have found.
Still hasn't finished. Better go slow and keep your distance.
So it looks like there was a
storm.
storm.
Stuck in my propellers.
Bunch of flotsam off to the port side. All right, let's throttle back a little bit. This does feel nice. I was very curious on how this would feel playing some things like Nautis Home Sim, for example, which I think does ship physics and ship simulation very well.
Made themselves at home here. That one up front kind of looks like you.
But Nautis Home Sim is kind of a true simulator, although it's kind of shallow, pun intended, with some of the stuff you can do, although they have been working on that over recent years. This is more of a game or sim light, I guess you could say, but it does feel nice enough. The kind of buoyancy feels a little strange. I don't know if it's the camera view or the first person that's making it feel odd. I don't know, something this large, and unless there's prominent, you know, waves, you're not really going to feel too much, but it kind of does a little bit of a bounce off the bow, as you can see. Let's check out the exterior again.
Down. Watch out for that catamaran ahead.
We got to slow down. Dude screaming at us. I can hear animals. Oh. There's a boat. Oh, there's seals. Sick. A bunch of seals or walruses or whatever the hell on the docks there to the left. Oh. Oh. Sounds like they got a bellyache.
Good.
That's what I sound like after eating Taco Bell. Nice, but the ship sounds are pretty nice. I do like the diesel engine sound. I would like to fix the field of view. This is a bit close. Alright, I'm gonna throttle up, Bubba.
I hope the seals don't get too used to their artificial sandbar.
I hope they don't get in front of us.
A better sunbed, my furry friends.
They're gonna be sushi. Sushi. None over there.
Man, that weather's not looking good.
It tanked.
You better head back to port before it gets worse.
Aye, aye, Teddy. But this thing does feel nice to maneuver. I'm kind of geeked about this. I've really been looking forward to this game, and it just so happens that it released on the same day as my better half's birthday. So luckily I got most of that out of the way so I could try and enjoy this and make a video. And here we are. So interesting day. I knew this thing was coming because October 7th, you know, some birthdays you have to remember, obviously. So this release date stuck in my head 100%. We got some nice channel marker and port lights over yonder, which is nice. See the red marker? Do you like the map? Looks like you can click on it. I don't know what's the deal with that sound effect, but that was definitely a sound effect. Alright, we got some XP, I guess. Meddington? I didn't see that.
A lot has changed in Meddington since you left.
Meddington.
But
Oh god,
you know
we're gonna
what
miss
hasn't
the marker.
changed?
There we
The
go.
fish sandwiches, of course. Still the best. Right here.
Bro be about them fish sandwiches.
Please respond. This is Captain Hansen speaking. I see you're trailing us with the tugboat. Can you push us up to the dock real quick? They forgot about us, and otherwise we'd have to wait 2 hours.
These cats over here?
Captain, we got your back.
Oh no, this container ship. So sadly, in early access, I don't think there's any container ship
Didn't see that
play,
coming, but I'm not
but I
complaining.
believe it's coming. You
Hanson's a good
can
one.
do a ferry style container ship. I believe is in early access, which basically will kind of transload stuff from, you know, at sea or two smaller ports in the area or something like that. It's not a main, you know, container ship per se. Something that maybe will stick to more shallow bays or ports or rivers or something like that. It's like we have some kind of issue over there. Maybe the Coast Guard or firefighting boat. It looks like a yacht, a pleasure yacht over there. This is pretty nice though. I can definitely vibe with this. The lighting
The
looks
Tide Guard is
good. The
back on
graphics
patrol.
look nice.
They're monitoring the traffic. Keep a low profile. With this visibility,
Keep a
we
low
should probably
profile.
turn on the lights, just to be safe.
Gotta watch out for the popo, I guess. All right, lights. Which ones? Let's see. Outer lights, signal lights. There we go. Oh dear God. Oh, this got out of hand. This got out of hand. All right, let's throttle back a bit. Not paying attention. We're trying to avoid the cops. Do not look them directly in the eye, or do. Or do. Play mind games. Let them know that you know they are there. So let's go ahead and do that. We see you, Marine Police. We are doing nothing wrong or illegal at all. Thank you for your understanding. The water effects on the glass, the rain are pretty nice. This thing's got a hell of a view. Whoa. I did not realize you were there. That's a bit unsettling, Teddy. Oh, Tedderino. Though it being Astragon, the company, development studio Astragon, and the publisher, I think they're German or European. But I am getting like a German vibe in this area. All right, here we go.
First, you've got to line up properly or it won't work. But be careful.
All right, so we gotta bump this old gal up into its mooring. See some LNG tanks over there. That's something else that is due to come eventually, is an LNG tanker, which is pretty cool. I think the largest ship on Earth is an LNG tanker. Or I know it was a few years ago. It may not be now. I'm not sure. I think there's a larger container vessel nowadays. But I think an LNG used to be the largest. All right, let's get lined up here. I do like the HUD because you can see where you're controlling your rudder or your thrusters and where they actually are, which is neat. So it's, you know, it's a bit delayed.
Now
Kinda
give it
cool.
all you've
So
got.
let's straighten up here. Straighten up the thrusters. We should be good. We're gonna actually slow. You don't want to just slam into the thing. All right, let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, you can turn the HUD off and on with H. Are we pushing? I don't know if we're pushing. Yeah, we're not pushing at all. We're not doing anything. Yeah, we are full on thrusters. All right, let's back up. Reverse thrust, and I guess we'll smash into this biatch as much as possible. What? Something happened. Something odd going on here. Let's see. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. All right, reverse thrust. All right, we're about to Dukes of Hazzard this biatch. I don't know if we can do it over here, but we'll try. 6 knots. So we got up to 6 knots. Okay, we're just gonna scrape down the side. No big deal. We're gonna come around full speed on this thing. It says you may hold K to align your vessel. I think I did that a moment ago, and it didn't do anything. Let's build some speed. We got 9 knots. Obviously, turning is going to slow us down. I'm going to make sure nothing weird is going on with the game itself here. I'm coming back. Hold your horses. Looks like he's tooting his horn at me. Alright, 90 degree. I do like all the ambient sounds of the port. It's very nice. Okay, here we go. 6 knots. Let's turn out a little bit. About 45 degrees. Port side. Straight on. 45 degrees starboard. Alright, 90. Start cutting her back. 45 degrees, about 30. Dead on. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. 9 knots. Yeah, it just stops. It says you may hold K to align your vessel. So I'm holding K. I don't know what the hell that means. I guess it locks you onto the ship. Yeah, we're not, I don't think we're doing anything. Wait, are we moving? I can't tell if we're moving or not. Okay. Yeah, so that's not optimal. That's obviously a bit janky.
I totally forgot about the test. You know what? There's no way you would have failed anyway. Head back to the dock and let's grab some fish sandwiches to celebrate.
Fish sandwiches! Teddy likes fish sandwiches. Yeah, so that was a bit janky. That sucks that it's the tutorial. It didn't seem to be doing anything. I was about to restart. Yeah, I don't know what the hell.
Container ship's a real beauty, huh? Maybe one day you'll get to tow it. Or
Oh,
better
you know
yet,
I will,
steer it.
Teddy. Fish sandwiches! That's what I should rename my profile, my character profile to. It's like the weather's clearing back up. All right, let's get us turned back around. We've got a another slip over there. We've got to head to. Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. I don't know what the deal with that was. I mean, you're not going to slam into things realistically at full speed like that. You know, maybe half thrust to like a third thrust, and then you just slowly push for the most part. So it's kind of weird, the physics there, trying to push that container ship up against the seawall. Was a bit odd. Looks like the Popo are still out there messing with that yacht. Let's try and spin this thing around and shore up
Don't mess this up
on
at the
the
last moment.
starboard
I'm
side.
Starving.
Dude, this guy will not stop talking about these damn fish sandwiches. This better be the Gordon Ramsay of fish sandwiching that he's talking about here. All right, let's get her spun around, throttle back a bit. .90-degree thrust, throttle back a bit more. Yes, we might have to back up. I did not do that properly. Not at all. I throttled back or thrusted back when I should have just kept, because you can't really move with ships and boats without thrust. It's a bit difficult. We'll try and slide along the dock here. There we go. That ought to do her. All right, hold K once the arrow and the indicator is inside the color zone. Okay. Hold K to dock. Is this really how you dock? That kind of sucks. There'd be like some actual docking mechanics. Hold K to dock. Okay, you're too far away, you're too far away. Just holding it, you're too far away. There we go.
All right, good job. Why don't you come down here to the
The hell?
wheel with me?
What just happened? What the hell just happened? Hold to leave the steering wheel. We're not docked. Yeah, I'd say so far this tutorial bit is not optimal. That is a bit odd. I had no thrust, and when I held the key, it was telling me to hold to dock. It was not actually docking. It like slingshotted us out of there. All right, let's try that again. These things are so badass, though, the way they can maneuver. Hello, radio static there. That's pretty cool. I do like the little ambient noises. Very well done there. Alright, and throttle back. Throttle back. Throttle back. Alright, let's try and actually get her stopped here. Alright, we are no longer at the wheel. It said steering wheel, but there's no steering wheel, so that's interesting. So what do? We just jump off? Teddy! Hey, bud! Tell me about those fish sandwiches.
That was fun. But before we take a break, I want to show you the awesome stuff your tablet can do. Pull it out and I'll walk you through it.
Alright, let's go. Alright, tablet T. Okay, so it looks like you get money. In every port, you have the opportunity to take on jobs for various factions. Check the journal on your tablet to see which tasks are available, what the requirements are, and what rewards are offered for completing them. Only one job can be active at a time. Available jobs depend on your various criteria, such as the region, port, or profile level, or your XP level. Rotate after a certain period. Be sure to check your tablet regularly. Under Fleet, you'll find all the information about your current ship. At the port, you can carry out repairs, refuel, purchase consumables, or equipment. Okay, cool. User tab, you'll find all the information about your profile and progress. If you ever get stuck, you can look up explanations of all the features under hints.
That's it. If you want to work with the other factions, just reach out to them. They've always got something going on.
I do. Teddy, you hyped up this fish sandwich deal, and now you don't have any fish sandwiches for me. I'm a bit concerned, Teddy. Oh, what just happened? Alright, we got a Chivo. Getting your feet wet. Complete tutorial. Okay. Choose your starter boat. Take on an introductory assignment from one of the factions to find out which jobs and ships you want to start with. You'll have a chance to get to know all the factions before making a decision, but don't worry, your choice won't lock you into a faction permanently. Alright, Cargo Ferry Herbert. This is a small container ship I was talking about. Or the Tide Guard, inflatable police boat, rigid. I want to try both. So let's start with the cargo. I guess you can't actually walk around the port, at least for now, during the tutorial.
Hello. The voice on your radio is that of me, Adriana Ruiz, your primary contact at Crescent Port Logistics.
The voice on your radio is that of me. That is a interesting way to introduce yourself. Hello, Adriana.
Usually, I'm responsible for our contractual partners and handle communications with the captains.
Awesome.
But if you didn't already know that, you wouldn't be here today to complete your training. But in the end,
Alright, welcome to Crescent Port Logistics. Our job is really simple. We transport goods from A to B and guide the largest ships into the ports with our tugboats, along with the different types of standard containers. We also handle bulk and break bulk cargoes, as well as liquefied gas transportation. I hope we get Ro-Ros, roll-on, roll-off automobile ships. Those are pretty sick. I'd like to see some Ro-Ros in this.
from your registration documents, I can see this is more of a refresher course.
Yeah.
Let's see if that's really the
Okay.
case.
Let's see. Let's take a look around the bridge. Pretty good sized ship. We got some containers back yonder. Still rocking a 40 FPS, so I don't think the ship or the size of the ship really matters at this point, but it does look good, man. This is a nice looking game. It's nice to have a modern ship game. It hits me in the feels big time. Placing containers on the ship. Take steering. Okay, let's take it. We are going to take it. Okay, dock at the marked pier. I guess we're already there. It just says hold K to dock. Yeah, so we just hold K.
We're going to go through the complete typical
Okay.
process of transporting goods. That means we're starting with loading the goods.
Let's do it.
Yes, you heard me right. That's one of your
A little less
tasks.
talk and a lot more action.
Now, go get in that crane or you'll hold up regular operations.
So I operate the ship and the cranes. That is a first. Alright, we need to load the ship, get in the crane, load the containers onto the dock ferry. Same goes for bulkware. Okay, yeah. Space up in the radio menu. Okay, so you don't actually get out. I gotcha. So, space, swap, crane.
Once the trucks are in place, you can begin unloading.
Cool. Okay, use WASD for movement of the crane, raise, lower the hook, left mouse and right mouse, Q and E to alter width. Once the hook's in the right position, press F to grab the container. Sick! I know there's been a couple of small games from very small developers on Steam where you literally just load and unload
Just like a
ships.
few colourful blocks,
So this is
like
pretty
in
neat.
kindergarten.
Very cool, though. Very cool. We are in a big crane. You can still look at different views inside the mega crane, which is pretty sick. Alright, load ISO containers 20 foot O of 3. Looks like we've got a camera. Okay. Where are these, I should, this is where I say I should have been paying attention in school. Where are these containers? Just grab any containers? We're moving. Yeah, this is giving me Construction Sim vibes. I think they took a lot from Construction Sim and put it in to this, which is pretty neat. Alright, so we gotta get containers. What the hell? Where are the containers? Oh, the truck. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. We went the wrong way. There's our truck. Very sick. Alright, let's get this bad girl loaded up. There we go. Alright, let's bring her in. Start dropping the crane. It's kind of hard to tell exactly where you're at. Okay, we're too far back. There we go. So, what do we do? Hit F. There we go. F is the key for everything. Raising the crane. This is pretty sick. There goes the truck. This is neat, man. If this has any kind of life to it, like Construction Sim, we may be in luck, fellow fans of ship things. So I guess we just put it anywhere. You need to go on the front or the back. A little too far. All right, start pushing her out. Yeah, buddy. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. All right, let's start to lower the container. Get a little more forward. I'm sure you can damage the container in the ship. I think she said something about that when I was skipping the tutorials. Feels like a kid on Christmas morning. I just want to rip it open. We just hit F now? Nope. Oh, look at the slack. That's pretty sick. There's actually... Oh! Oh my god, dude. That was not supposed to happen. So there's actual slack in the cabling. That's pretty sweet. Well, there's not now. Alright, let's lift her back up. Can I not? There we go. Okay. Whoa, baby. Let's check this out from the outside. Okay, now we drop. Skadoosh. So it won't actually... I don't think... This is a bit confusing. I don't think it'll obviously let you open the clamps in the wrong spot. You can see the lights, which I guess are supposed to denote something. Yeah, we'll try E. Nope, that's not it either. Alright, where do they want these bad mamma jammas? Maybe we can't put anything on the rear like that. Maybe we gotta stack them. That could possibly be what it wants me to do. Alright, so we're basically playing Jenga now. World's largest Jenga. Look at the ship bobbing around in the waves, though. That's pretty sweet. Oh, green! It went green! Oh, God! Oh, the sparks. Douche. That's pretty sweet, too. The little effect of the dust and everything just being smacked away. Alright, we've got one more truck here. Let's go ahead and get this one done. This sumbitch is pretty cockeyed, though. Who taught this dude how to drive? Wait, how do I get the... Let's see. There we go. So Q and E opens the arms, the clamps. So I guess we could just stack them anywhere. You probably don't want to stack more than 3 high. We'll go ahead and put this one over here, try to even the load out, because obviously in anything shipping or on any ship or boat, you definitely want to even out your weight as best possible. There we go. Skadoosh. Another one bites the dust. Alright, we got one more. Uno mas. Uno mas. Here we go. Here we go. F. Let's go, baby! Alright, where will we place this one? We'll put it right here. In the front. Up next to the bridge. Looks like the best place to probably place it. There we go, baby. Alright, we gotta secure the containers.
You don't have one hell of a problem on your hands. If this ship got hit by a...
Right, okay. So we gotta go back to the radio menu, okay. Base key, swap, onto vessel. Okay, after the containers are loaded, you have to secure them for transport. We use methods like lashing and twist locks to do so. Twist locks fixate 2 containers to one another. Lashing prevents high stacks from falling over. Okay, so we got a third-person view, too. That's pretty nice. I guess it's telling us to run back here. I think. I saw like a green dilly-dally back there. I guess not. Alright, so those are on. How do we get up high to place them? Oh, are these... It says remove. Attach. Here we go. Okay, we got those. 1 of 6. So it looks like if it's red, it needs to be done, I gather. There we go. We've got those. So those are good. How do we get up to the top? I guess you just got to look at it. There we go. So twist locks. We got a couple of twist locks. Where did we put all the... Okay, that's not right. That's not right. I forgot where I put the containers. We put that one there, so we got to do the back side. Jeez, I guess you got to remember where the hell you did these things, huh? All right, let's close those. 3 of 12 and 4 of 12. The other 2 were back there, right? Looks like we got to do these. We didn't do anything over here, but we will go ahead and lash that bad girl. Button those up. I think it needs like a red and a green, maybe. Green being that, like, okay, it's done, and then red like this, like it needs to be done. Kind of deal. Okay, so 4, 6. Let's close those. Alright, let's go on the back side. We can see some red pins over here. Close those off. And attach that lash. We got one more there. What about back here? No, they're gravy. Okay, 10 out of 12 on the twist locks. That one's good, okay. Another lash. Boom, boom. Close those.
Once everything's taken care of,
Got her done.
cast off.
Let's friggin' go. Let's friggin' go. Alright, all is locked and loaded. We can now ship it to its destination. In this case, it's Bennington. You can find the harbor on the sea map and plan your route. The map you can find on the bridge, or you can open it via the M key. The future autopilot can drive the planned route as long as you hire the right crew member. Okay, cool. Cool. Pop our tablet open. See what we got here. We collected, I guess, a destination. Alright, cool. Let's get up in the bridge. I kind of want to have a look around, too. This does look pretty nice. Can we just go anywhere? I mean, this is pretty badass. There's a lot of actionable items and areas. We go down in the hold. The engine back here. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. I'll tell you what, man. The modeling and the texture work is pretty darn nice. Top tier stuff. Here's our big old diesel engine. Check air filter. Very cool. That is obviously a big ass turbo upon there. And you can see on the HUD to the left, it shows everything green, so everything is tip top. This must be the engineer's little area here. You can check everything out. That's pretty sick. This is pretty sick. Check fuel filter. Cool. All right. I like. Let's see what else is back here. Let's close that door. What we got hiding in here? Like a little workshop. Cool. So you can fix things. Oh man, there may be a lot of stuff to do in this game, guys. This may be it. This may be it. Whatever it is. Okay, so you can only go in one way and out one way. That's fine. Let's go back out past our what look like ballistic missile tubes, like we're on a nuclear submarine. I don't know how YouTube's gonna deal with me saying nuclear submarine, but okay, we can't go back there either. This is pretty nice though, because some games with large machinery and trains and aircraft and things like that, you generally can't look at inner workings of these things. So that's nice. That is nice. We will close and seal that door. Alright, let's get up top. Life buoy. Wait, life buoy. Go around the front. Check our anchor. Alright, we're about to operate Big Bertha here. I think this is the largest ship in the game thus far in early access. Let's get in here. What's up there? I want to go up there. Like Gilbert Grape. I want to go back up there, Arnie. Or wait, no, Arnie is the guy that went up there. Gilbert is the brother. Got some coffee machine? Hot cup coffee? Got some coffee percolatants? Got our computers? Let's friggin' go. Where's the map? Where's the map? Give me the map. Here we go. Got a little radar over there. This is pretty sick. Let's take a look at this map. Gulf of Craigshire. So that gives me like Irish or Scottish vibes. Can we look? It's a pretty good sized map. Holy cow. I was thinking it was just going to be like one little protected harbor type of deal. Dams. Okay, so we got to go to Metting, whatever, the town. What was it called? So that's right here. So that's not that far. I remember the coat of arms. Mettington. Okay, so how do we plot our course? Plan waypoint. Okay. Let's hit the enter key. So add waypoint. Error, this route leads over land. Yes, fair point. Let's try right there. I don't think I can zoom in anymore, so. How? Yeah, so I can't zoom in anymore. That's problematic. So I think we need to leave the harbor, and then we'll plan our route. How's that sound, guys? Let's do that. Okay, the ferry has 3 motors, 2 in the back, 1 in the front. The front and the back can be controlled separately. By rotating them, the ferry can turn in place or move sideways. Hell yes. Hold K to undock. Okay, so how? Let's go ahead and turn. Yes, let's try it like that. Give her a little bit of thrust. Little bit of thrust. You don't want to smash the back. Just kind of push away from the wall a bit. Oh, that was nice. That was quite nice. Richard. My boat's name is Richard. Or Dick for short. This thing's pretty spicy. It's got some power. That's for sure. Alright, we are moving out of the container area. Looks like we need to head northwesterly. Currently at 5.5 knots. I've only got about a third of total thrust applied. Alright, let's go ahead and start turning her hard over to starboard. As soon as we clear the edge of the dock there. Get back inside. I do need to fix the field of view. Some zoomed out field of view would be very lovely. On the bridge up here. Alright, here we go. Hard over. That's pretty sick that the front thruster faces the opposite direction of the rear to just spin the ship in place. Essentially, that's pretty cool. And it does feel nice, man. Like, physics-wise, this does feel pretty nice. We're essentially just spinning in place. Alright, we'll cut it back to about 45 degrees. We'll thrust up to about 80%. Oh, we need to cut back. Oh. Definitely don't want to hit those things, man. Okay, we got some rolling waves as well. Looks like about 3 or 4 foot seas. I wonder if there's any data as far as weather and things like that.
Make sure you've got enough spare parts on board.
Okay. Every port you can buy spare parts for the ship. Currently on your tablet under fleet. You'll need spare parts on long journeys to repair your ship. Keep an eye on the display next to the mini-map and warnings on screen. Resources will be provided as part of this training. Sick. Okay, so it's like stuff to do while you're doing stuff. I like that. It's like a very in-depth thing. We are rolling out.
Keep an eye on the weather. Strong winds and currents can easily throw off inexperience.
Inexperienced. Ha! Alright, let's get our lights on. Signal lights. Outer lights. Inner lights. We don't need those on. Okay, what is, back. Let's see, that's lights, teleportation points, engines. Let's see what that does. Full astern, full stop, full ahead. Okay, so those are like quick things, I guess. You've got binoculars. Sick. Is that as far as they go? That is not optimal. That is not optimal. Man, the weather just changed like immediately. Holy cow. Do have our lights on. Very nice. Looks like we've got some floods on the front. I don't know if they actually work or not. They're kind of strange when you look dead on. They don't really show anything. Not sure. Alright, let's plan our course. Can I do that just hitting the M key? Alright, waypoints. Okay, we'll just have it go right here. And then, now what? How do you activate it? How do you activate it? So we've got that en route planned. So I hit enter. Okay. And now what? Alright, full throttle. Got some rolling seas. Let's see, crew. In task, assign task. What is this? VHF radio. Radio SOS. Sweet. Alright, maybe we do want the lights back on. In hindsight. There we go. Alright, there's the radio. Oh, horn. Yes. Must check. That sounds pretty damn good. That's probably one of the best, like, ship horn sounds I've heard in any marine-based games, if I'm honest. There's dock appear. I love how there's just a dock appear button. Anchor button. Outer lights. So you've got your lights on here as well, and as well as everything else. So you don't have to use the radio menu, which is nice. Alright, we do need to find the autopiloti, although, and I'm not sure how you do that, or if you can do that. Echo sounder, so we can actually see the bottom. We are getting pushed off course here. This thing is bobbing and weaving. This is pretty nice, though. I mean, it feels a little too quick, if I'm honest, but I don't think it's meant to be a sim. It's just a ship-based game. You know, things at sea, ships like this obviously go a lot slower, take a lot longer, but I understand not wanting to take a long time, you know, for certain things. For example, the Nautis Home Sim, like if you sail across the English Channel, you know, in that sim, it legit takes a long time. That is not a seawall up there, is it? We gotta figure out how to set. We missed one of our checkpoints. Is it just gonna... Alright, we gotta figure out how to set the friggin', How do I move away from steering? I'm like stuck. Whoa, what the hell? What just happened? Hit the E key. Oh, exit, hold. Okay, so it's X. I thought everything was F or E. Thankfully, the bottom is very deep. We do have a ship dead ahead. Alright, X. Is this just gonna... Okay, there we go. Where is the friggin... Oh, you can sit. Very nice. Keyboard. What do we we got here? Keyboard. What is this? What is the point? Does it like do anything? I guess not. I'm clicking F on it. Doesn't do anything. Let's look at this. Echo sounder, very cool. Captain's hat over there. That belongs on my noggin. What do we got here? The lights, the radar. Does it actually view? So it's 0.2 nautical miles. We'll see if it actually picks up that ship. It is picking up the land. Off to our starboard. Let's see. There's got to be a way. I mean, if there's... Is there no autopilot? Like, what's the point of setting your navigation? Oh, you can look at the engine metrics back there. That's pretty sick. The sea looks nice, though. And there is an audible difference from interior to exterior, so that is a vibe as well. Very cool. Can you jump in this? No. Space is the radio menu. Alright, so I guess this shouldn't take too long. I guess the coffee is ready or not. I don't know what happened with that, but how do you set this son of a bee on autopilot? There's gotta be... Check out our tablet. Messages, jobs, fleet, current ship, drive type rudder, engine power 49 kilowatts, max speed 14 knots. It's pretty quick for something this size. 72 meters in length, 16 and well, a quarter in width. And it looks like we can buy it when we have enough money. We don't have any money. That thing there looks pretty sick. Density. Okay, crew. So I guess you can hire crew. I guess that's part of it. Is you can't do nav or have the ship essentially sail itself unless you have it crewed, which kind of makes sense, but also it's kind of dumb because most modern ships definitely have autopilot. So it's a bit confusing that there is not autopilot. Okay, as expected and foreshadowed by Adriana, our guide, we have an engine problem. You can look at the bottom right of the HUD. You can see the blinking deal. Let's pull our throttle back a skosh. We'll kind of keep her angled straight. We don't want to just be at the mercy of the sea. We'll just keep her throttled a bit. So let's leave the steering wheel. It's telling us to do. And I guess we got to go down in the engine room. So let us begin to do that. I went the wrong way, so just a nice little detour there. We'll go back in. That was quick. All right, open the door. Here we go. So you go down over here. Then we got to go down one more again. Got to go see what's going on down here. Hopefully no gremlins or anything wild. Hopefully we will not be ran aground or hit another ship. This would also be why, you know, auto nav would be very cool. All right, check the gauges in the engine control room on the engine to determine what needs to be repaired. Then replace the relevant engine part to add fluids. When all displays are green, you're ready to get underway. If you run out of spare parts and get stranded at open sea, you can call for sea rescue. They'll bring you back to the nearest port for a fee. Okay, so basically you need consumables. Awesome. It looks like both the engines are friggin' crapped out. The engine 1 and engine 2. Good lord, dude. Yeah, so it's that is not good. That is no bueno. So they're both overheated. Okay. Awesome. Coolant should be filled here. So where do we find coolant? There's Earl. Well, I'm confused here. Let's go back in here for a second. Bit confusing. Fuel filter. We just looked at that and it said it was fine. That's not cool, man. Alright, we did that. I guess we just actually... Okay, so we don't actually go grab anything. It does it automatically when you click. Boom. Boom. So there's like a mini game here. It's kind of cool. I don't get mad about certain mini games. You just gotta have a quick trigger finger. All right, what do we got here? Check Earl. Boom. Oh, I missed that one. Boom. 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 Got it. What do we got here? What's this one? Fuel filter? Or, is that the oil filter? Alright, fuel filter is done. The air filter. So we've almost got engine number 1 done. Alright, that engine is good to go. Fuel filter. Big old turby. Twin turbskis. Dear God, I hope we're not about to be ran aground or into some rocks. Alright, here we go. Minigame. Boom. 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 So it just fills it up quicker, basically, the minigame. If you don't do well at the minigame, it literally just stays there longer? I'm not sure. Maybe it uses more consumable type deal?
Sorted again. That's great news.
Hell yeah, we're good, baby. Take steering. Space. Oh, so we can teleport. Sick. Okay. So we're back up. Full power. Let's go. Let us go. Holy shit, we turned all the way around. Brother, that is not ideal. We've got the entry markers directly in front of us, and looking at the map, I did see some ship traffic up in here, which is pretty sweet, and we're seeing some stuff on the radar now, so it's a bit odd that that yacht didn't appear. It must have had stealth technologies, but you can see the breakwater there on the right hand side. We're gonna spin her around about 30 degrees port side. Go straight ahead now. Have a look at the binocs. I guess you can't go any more zoomed in or out with the binoculars, which kind of sucks. It makes them a little redundant and pointless, if I'm honest. All it does is like change the way the screen looks, basically. It doesn't actually seem to zoom you. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Looks like a tug of some sort. Maybe heading out to bring a ship in. There she goes. That's a nice looking model as well. That's not the same tug model as the thing that we started out in, so that's cool. That's cool. Nice city on the hills over there. Oh, this is the one where we started. Okay, I know where we're at now. Yeah, that's a very like German looking city up on the hill there.
At your destination, and you're even on time.
Yep. So she basically said docking is clear. So we are in the slip off to the left. It would appear. So with the giant cranes, let's take a look outside. We're still full steam. 14 knots. Pretty quick for this thing. Pretty quick. I'm eager to check out the police duties. All right, I think it's supposed to be like Coast Guard, but they call it something else in this. Let's go ahead and throttle back a skoosh. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the waypoints. We'll clear the route. There we go. And it's directly yonder, so this might be interesting on how we get in and out of here. But what's nice so far is this does seem to have some depth to it, unlike other ship or shipping based games. It certainly looks nice. It feels nice enough. The water physics are pretty nice. The way the ships themselves move, you know, they feel pretty good as well. There was a bit of jank at the beginning during the tutorial, which is a bit funky, you know, pushing that cargo ship up against the port. I think it was this exact port here. So that was a bit weird. Maybe it's like a hit marker thing. I don't know if it's like a total physics-based thing they might have to work on. Not totally sure. But so far, so good. I can definitely see myself playing this. I believe, as it's listed right now on Steam, it says that you've got about 30 hours roughly of playtime, which I believe you could do some more missions over and over and try and, I guess, do them better. But for 30 hours, that's not shabby at all. I'm fairly picky in particular with a lot of games, especially sim-based games, and I can tell you that I never usually get past hour 1 or 2. So hopefully this pans out. We'll go ahead and throttle back again. I'm not really keen on the markers where you're supposed to shore up and things like that. It kind of seems like it gets in the way of the dock itself. If I'm honest, I would rather just have like a thing on the water surface, if you know what I mean. Sort of like in that other ship game that came out recently. Oh dear God. Boosh. Yeah, we just destroyed the bow of the ship and the dock right there. That's gonna need to be repaired. Little concretage. Gosh, what's that other game that released like a couple years ago in a pretty atrocious state? Or I think it was last year. The folks that made the Fishing Atlantic games, which were pretty good, but this last one they released was just kind of atrocious initially. It's gotten better as it's gotten more and more updates. This game seems a little bit more fleshed out right off the rip, which is nice. Gosh, what is the other? I cannot think of the name of the other ship game I'm thinking of, but it was more of like a paid beta, which really sucked. This has got, you know, some depth to it, it would seem. There we go, baby. Now, I could hit K to dock, I guess, now. But we'll try and get this thing in there as best as possible. Let's go ahead and throttle back completely. Whoa, what just happened there? Dude, I didn't hit that. I didn't hit that. I'll throttle up a bit more. Get them thrusters thrusting. Throttle back.
To drop the cargo,
Hold the dock.
do everything you did at the start, just in reverse order.
So now we got to take these off. Okay.
Ready to unload?
I am not. It's pretty amazing. A ship of this size that I've got to do all this myself. Let's see. Yeah, so we just do it all, I guess. Okay, where are the twist locks? It's not showing the twist locks. Oh, they're on the bottom. So the whole containers are lit up this time. But the twist locks at the top that we put on are not there. So it's like a totally different setup, which is a bit odd. I do love the damn ambient sounds in this game, though, guys. I know I've said it like 14 times so far, but those need to be open, right? So they are open? Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And those are removed, right? Unlock the twist locks. Remove. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Who is we getting? I believe the orange ones. I don't know why they're orange. Orange versus red. The color decisions are quite interesting. I don't know why they just didn't go with like red and green maybe. Bring her back in some. Got her locked in. There we go. I will say as well, like controlling this this container crane so far is not as bad as controlling some of the stuff from Construction Sim. I remember feeling like I had 13 fingers on one hand playing Construction Sim sometimes and just messing stuff up, like pouring concrete. If any of you guys ever played that, and pouring concrete in Construction Sim and various other things can be tough until you get a hold on it, obviously, and figure it out. But all right, we got that bad boy out of here. That truck will drive off now. That's cool that the truck is animated, actually drives off. Another one pulls up. It's like a legit container port. It's pretty cool. This is fun. I'm actually having fun with this. I feel like it's a rarity nowadays with certain games, especially sim type games or sim lights. There's just so many of them out there nowadays that try to do little niche things and they don't do them very well. This, on the other hand, is pretty fun. It's got a certain degree of depth to it. You know, we'll see over time what else happens here, but I don't know if multiplayer is planned, or you can play multiplayer, but holy hell, if you could, like with Construction Sim. I don't play that much Construction Sim. I did back after it released with you know, a few people at certain times, and that was the most fun, was playing with other people, honestly. So that would be pretty damn cool if you could do something like this, like have a buddy in the crane and you go around getting the lashings off and things like that, or just, you know, say someone's at the helm of the ship and then you're the engineer down in the engine, like checking things out. That would be pretty sick. All right, I think we got one more container to go. But this is just easy peasy right here, getting these containers. I've kind of come to grips with the view. And it's simple. You lock on and then drop it and all that good stuff. Fairly easy. Oh. There we go. We are done, baby. Containers are cleared. All right, it says go to the bridge, take steering. Okay, what are we doing now? What are we doing now? Great work. Everything's where it belongs. If you're interested in shipping loads by the sea on the really big container ships, give us a call. I'm sure you can be the captain of the big trip in no time. Sick. All right, so we can try I think the police or Coast Guard one. I'm interested. I kind of wanted to save that one for last. So I guess that's kind of what's neat about this tutorials. You can dilly-dally in both and then choose what you like to do. So we are the Maritime Popo. Welcome aboard, sailor. The Tide Guard was founded to enforce law and order on the sea to make our waters safe for everyone, everywhere. It includes inspecting and escorting conspicuous vessels if necessary, as well as rescuing people in distress. Firefighting is part of the job. Let's freaking go, baby.
This is Captain Graham.
Oh, he's handsome.
Leader of the Tide Guard, and your point of contact for today's trip. In today's session, you will learn the basics of inspecting. I've seen your file. You could have started on today's agenda is patrol training. Let's start with the basics. We have to be prepared for anything today.
Let's friggin' go, baby. Boat cops. Yee. I think it's pretty quick. Ought to get a good 20-25 knots out of here. Yeah, we're doing about 25 knots right now. Again, physics-wise, this thing feels pretty darn good. A little spicy, rigid. Very light. Very quick. Let's see what we got here. Got some lights. Oh, we got the blue lights. We're going to wait to turn those on. Signal lights, outer lights. Get those inner lights off. We got to go look for some baddies. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Nobody's not getting away. Where's the Huron? Is there a Huron? A little baby Huron. Alright.
The majority of your working hours will be spent scanning various civilian
Scanning civilian ships. So we got to pull out the binocs, okay, and inspect the ship. Keep the ship in the center of the viewpoint to scan it. Okay. So, okay, we got to go over here and scan this bad boy. Bad boys, what you gonna do? How close do you have to get? I wonder. We'll just pull up like this. Reverse thrust. There we go. Okay, let's get up them binocs. Well, you can friggin' zoom in with these. You couldn't zoom in with the binoculars on the container ship. Look through the binoculars. I'm already looking through the
You
binoculars.
found the suspicious ship. If there is a serious suspicion, however, you must initiate contact with...
Alright, so we got to use the radio to tell them we're going to board and check it out so they can throw all their stuff overboard that we will not get. Okay, sounds great. We're going to let them know that they're about to be in trouble. Here we go. Let's let them know.
You have received permission to come on board. Dock with the target ship. There, you will receive...
Okay, successfully approach the other ship. Steer your ship closer in order to dock. As soon as you're in the marked area, press K, then you can board the other vessel using the radio menu. Some actual radio chatter would have been cool. Let's get them lights on, baby. Yeah, sea cops. Whoa, no, stay on. I want it on, like all the time. Oh, it only does it for a second. That's kind of lame. I want it on the whole time, baby. Sea cops coming to get ya. Wait a minute. This is the ship that you, the tug that you start in. Man, that is a nice looking town on the hillside there. It's very pretty. Alright, we'll throttle back a little bit. Just kind of slide in their DMs like this. What's going on, Bernhard? Is it Bernard or Bernhard? They're too far away. Alright, swap vessel. Hold on. I messed that up. We gotta get back here. It's interesting going from the two ships that we did to this thing, because this small rigid craft is a lot lighter. It's like a go-kart versus a F-350. Whoa, Nelly. Calm her down there. Calm her down. Okay, there we go. Can we dock? We are docked. We are dizzy ocked. Alright, we're going to get on board. Checklist of items to inspect has been prepared. Once it's completed, it must be handed over to the captain. If the result is inadequate, the ship must be escorted to port. And arrested. Well, I don't look like a cop. I mean, the mustache, I kind of do, but everything else, I look like a... not a cop. You know? Alright, check maps and rutters. So nobody's going to come down here to greet us? That's not very friendly. Not very friendly. Hello, El Capitan.
Regulation complied.
Okay. What do we got here?
Correctly maintained.
Transponder. Maybe that yacht didn't have their transponder on earlier. What's next? Check position lights. Something's bound to be wrong, right? Oh, we gotta go back up top. Son of a bee.
No further measures
Talk to El Capitan. This dude's decked out, man, for a tugboat captain.
Whew. Lucky again.
Oi, laddie.
You were thorough and couldn't find any issues.
All right, we got another one to get to. Let's get on out of here. Let's get. Take steering. Let's go. Undock. Then we go. Find the wanted ship. So we've got another ship we've got to look for. We'll say the physics on this are kind of strange, because normally when you're turning port, starboard, right, left, the ship, you know, this boat is going to lean in the direction that you're turning, so it's kind of odd that it's like leaning to the outside, you know. Small boats don't do that, so I think that's reversed, and that should certainly be fixed. Hopefully it will be, you know, if they want it to be realistic at all. Is it this one over here? I'm just a dude with a mustache and a red hoodie, getting on your boat legally. Who knows? I guess we got to do the binocular thing. We're gonna pull up right next to this boat and bust out the binocs. Very inconspicuous. Oh, you can't friggin' turn anymore. That's kind of lame. That is kind of lame. Okay, and whoa, Nelly. There we go.
Another suspect. Make contact.
Suspect found. All right, radio. Hello, Dingus McGringle here, requesting permission to board, laddie. Here we go. There we go. Alright, throttle back. Whoa. Reverse. Damn, this thing is quick, dude. Holy shnikes. Yeet. There we go. Alright, let's get on broad. We gotta check some stuff out. Oh, we gotta go down below this time. You know they got something. How do we get down there? Where do we go? Right here? Let's see what they got hiding down here. Check the log books. Dude, this thing's pretty friggin' big on the inside. Oh, you got hiding down here.
Regulation complied. It doesn't meet the requirements.
Uh-oh.
Can't be checked off.
Wait a minute. Why am I checking their engine oil? Do I work for them now? Look at these freaking power plants, dude. Good lord. This is pretty sick. Small boat. Holy hell, dude. Why am I checking their oil, though? It's kind of strange. Just imagine the police pulling up, like, pull over, I need to check your oil or your windshield fluid.
Take further measures. Regulation disregarded.
Oh, he's got not enough or too much oil. You will be promptly arrested and flogged in the town square. Where's he at? Whoa! Dude just appeared out of nowhere.
That can't be.
Well, it is. Deal with it.
And I thought you wouldn't catch me.
Well, I did. Also deal with it.
You caught the suspect. Good job.
Son of a bee. Alright, you call the criminals now, man. Why are they criminals? They're not criminals. Make sure they actually return to port by escorting them back. Stay close to the ship. Oh, they're gonna try and run. I can feel it. They're gonna try and run. They're not getting away from us, though, guys. Not in this son of a bee. Alright, he's gonna run us over. Hey there, lad. Hold on. Whoa. Come on, big dog. Yeah, the physics on this thing seem a bit whack. We're gonna follow him. gonna follow you, laddie. See if he tries to run. So it looks like there's a meter or a bar at the top to show you how close or far you are from the ship, and I believe if it falls off too much, kind of like some of those Red Dead Redemption or GTA chase missions where you can't get too far, or you get like a timer kind of deal. Maybe something like that. Boy, howdy, he is going slow, though. We know you can go faster than that, my dude. Look at that thick booty. BBL. You see homeboy up there in the bridge. Looks mighty suspicious. Can see him sweating from here. But I don't know. Maybe he likes getting spanked in the town square. Who knows? See ye old cathedrals and towers there on the hill. Wish we had some better lights. We need some spotlights. Maybe they'll implement something of the sort in the game. That would be nice. Because you certainly need spotlights. Certainly in adverse conditions with, you know, some sea fog or weather or something like that. Just make sure old boy here actually pulls up and does what he's supposed to.
No real surprise, though, given your file. I hope I can count on you.
You can, my brother in seaman. So we did both tutorials, and now we can choose. I don't know what I want to choose. But let's choose our starter vessel. Dingus McGringle has leveled up. And we got money. Alright, congratulations on passing your training course. There's nothing stopping you now. Giving any thought to the next jobs? I could use your help with a container delivery for Crescent Port Logistics. Friggin' Teddy, though, man. Like, and the fish sandwiches. I don't know if I want to deal with that. You know, I got enough going on in life. Instead of hearing this guy talk about fish sandwiches. First campaign job is now available. You can check the map anytime to find out which port to visit and continue the campaign. Sick. So that was just the opening kind of deal to get you comfortable with the game. Which is pretty badass. I don't know where I want to go from here, though, guys. We will definitely be back with some more footage and some more missions on the game. But Seafarer, guys, that is it. Tutorials opening kind of hour or two or three. Nice game. It's like construction sim on the water. It seems like it's going to be pretty fun. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully see you on the next one. That's it, guys. Take care.